Jethro the prophet. The inhabitants of Midian were living in the land of Hijaz and on the borders of Syria, and were making their livings through trade and commercial deals. However, they enjoyed great God's blessings. They had quit worshipping the Almighty and instead started praising some other creatures rather than God. They also had a bad habit of selling their goods less than the due amount. They considered the act a sign of smartness. Then God appointed Jethro to show them the right path and guide them. Jethro invited them to worship God quite tenderly and with great kindness, but the Midian people kept ridiculing him and saying, "Are you telling us to reject the old gods which our fathers and ancestors were worshipping?" Jethro replied, "Yes, don't you want to rely on unique God in your trade and in gathering wealth and fortune?" The people said, "You mean we should adopt some other ways for acquiring wealth or to sustain a loss in our transactions? No, it's a shame." Another man said, "Now listen, you're a poor weak man among us, and if it wasn't for the sake of your relatives in our city, we would stone you to death for your words." These insulting statements of the people of his tribe did not change anything in Jethro, and he continued the same way of inviting people to God. On the other hand, the people of his tribe did not lose even a single chance in rejecting and disturbing him. They ridiculed them to death. Finally, the people of the tribe went all to Jethro and said, "If you don't quit your religion, we shall exile you and your followers and all those who have trusted in you." Hearing this, Jethro rose his head and said, "O God, these people are not reconcilable and will not be guided, so send down your torment on them." In God's will, a disastrous earthquake occurred in which all the people of Midian were killed except Jethro and his followers, who remained safe from any harms of the earthquake. After they had been inflicted that great torment, Jethro was missioned to guide the men of Ai, but they also kept telling him, "You have been bewitched. You are a human being just as we are, and we regard you nothing but a liar." Another man said, "If your words are true, destroy a part of the sky and let it fall down on us and kill us all." Jethro's effort to save them was quite useless, and finally God sent down a terribly hot weather for them. Then a cloud appeared in one part of the sky, and all the people gathered in the shade provided by that cloud to save themselves from that terrible heat. At the time when they had all gathered there in the shade of the cloud, it poured down fire on them and destroyed that misled and revolting tribe.